Today I'm going to talk about the transition area and why some of you might be steep, what it really means to get shallow up here, and how to do that. And you can't talk about the transition area without talking about the upper spine. In particular, I'm talking about the thoracic spine, the mobile area in the spine. And so at setup, you'll see my back's rounded here, or my upper back, my upper spine's rounded. So it's in a flexed position here. Now, as I take the club back, take it back, okay, it's still flexed, still flexed, still flexed. Then about right here, the upper spine is gonna go into an extended position here. Because I'm creating leverage up here, and I'm also supporting the width that I'm creating up here in this part of the golf swing. So from a face-on view, it'd look like this. I'm rounded here, taking the club back, rounded, rounded, rounded. Okay, now it starts to extend, 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 extend. From about here to here, the spine goes from flexed to extended. So, flexed to extended, the extension is what supports the width. Gary Player talked about getting underneath the golf club to support it, to know where it is and to have leverage up here. So in transition, you can see that if my club's here, my spine's flexed here, extended, flexed, extended, flexed, extended. So notice, without changing my arms, I can totally change what this golf club looks like in transition. So what happens is, I go from rounded or flexed to extended up here to support the leverage and to make sure that I stay centered. But in transition, I'm transitioning from an extended position. So that's what is creating that sort of look of the club shallowing. I'm not doing it independently with my arms. The body's created leverage. So if I was in a flexed position up here and I transition, you could see how everything's sent out this way. If I'm in a extended leverage position up here, like Dustin Johnson or like Tommy Fleetwood or any great golf swing that creates leverage and power, in transition from a extended position, when I transition with an extended upper spine, you can see how the club works there. So the first part of the transition, there's another element here that I think bugs a lot of you, and it's how this right wrist and this right arm work. I think that good players in transition, this right wrist and this right elbow, let's say this right elbow gets to 90 degrees and this right wrist gets kind of loaded up here, kind of loaded under the club to support it. Okay, well then I see people that swing kind of this way or over the top or steep in transition, they'll start kind of uncocking this right wrist and this right elbow too early. So watch this. If I start to dump this right wrist angle here, it goes this way in transition. Versus, what if this right wrist stayed loaded, this right elbow stayed at 90, I transition without unloading the right wrist yet, then the right elbow starts to go, then the right wrist starts to go. So the key is, can we go from flex to extended to create the leverage, then we transition with the spine extended, then we're here, now the right elbow starts to go, then the right wrist starts to go. If you uncock this right wrist early, it's going to shoot it this way. Or if your spine's in a flexed position, when you transition, it's going to shoot it this way. So we need those two elements. We need the spine to be flexed, move athletically into extension, then this right elbow, right wrist are hanging on for a little while, and good players will uncock the right elbow, right wrist later in the downswing, more from here to here, where not so good players will start undoing the right arm, right elbow, and throwing it in transition. So I just wanted to drop this for you all. I hope this helps, and thank you.